What's good, YouTube? We are back with episode number 3 of Beyond Limitation, and today we brought out a special guest. I got here my guy Davon. We've only had one interaction, right? But like that one interaction at Green Benches was really like
it was just one interaction, huh?
It was one real magical interaction, and like we just kind of became close like this. But I know he is one iconic man, and I knew I wanted to bring one iconic figure on for episode 3 because each one we are progressively getting better. So Davon, I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go. It's really simple. I'm gonna just like pick your brain a little bit. I already got some questions generated.
Okay.
At any given moment though, you can ask me anything. Okay. Just because like I want, if you feel like you got something on top of your head, you can just bounce off.
Okay, bet.
And you got the glasses on. Look.
Hey man, I really can't see, man. I need my glasses, man. When I don't wear them, I'll be trying to keep it cool, but I really can't see.
Dang, I feel bad because these are fake.
Oh,
it's okay. So my first question for you is going to be, in one sentence, what's your personal definition of being iconic, and how do you hope your art helps others reach their iconic self?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you some real deep questions.
It's only one sentence?
In one sentence only. Yeah, what's your personal definition of being iconic, and how do you hope your art helps others reach their iconic self?
In one sentence, I feel being iconic is being the one that does things different, man. Like, it kind of goes into my business name, be the different. Usually the ones that are that's not a sentence though. Like, that's a lot.
I mean, it went around the bush, but like I got what you were saying. But like I didn't even mention that at the beginning. Yes, his brand's name is Be the Different, and that in itself is iconic. So I mean, technically, you could just touch base more on that.
You think that's iconic, bro?
I think that's very iconic.
Man, I didn't want to. Honestly, that name was given by God, man. I really can't take credit for that, especially with how I literally was thinking in the shower one day when I was at school, bro, and I was like, all right, I got this business.
Wait. You were thinking in the shower at school?
Yeah, cause like in my dorm.
Okay.
My school, like my
gotcha.
apartment for school.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was crazy sense. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I gotta come with a business name. And the first one that came to mind really was Be the Different. It didn't really take much thinking. And once I thought on it, I was like, I'm gonna do that. And then as time went on, I started to really make the connections on how Be the Different really fits the brand so well. And not even just the brand itself, me personally as a person, and just my journey throughout life, and how I ended up even getting to this point to find the business, and it just coincided so well with the business and just everything I wanted it to be. So that's why I truly feel like it was given by God, because it was divine, man. It filled every box, and it's not even just the business name; it's a call to action. It's
that is so dope.
Yeah,
it's like, a call to action. That is so
different,
dope.
man.
That is so.
And
you didn't think that was iconic?
I mean, man, I have a thing about downplaying myself, and I'm always trying to improve, but I have a way I see myself, and I'm always looking in the improvement standpoint. But to hear things from certain people, man, I feel like I'm just a regular dude that's just doing what he's doing, man. And
it does feel like that at times.
Yeah, like when people tell me certain things, it really blows me away, because like I said, I'm always in a mindset of improving and how I can do things better, and definitely focus on where I'm messing up at. And that's definitely not always a great way to think. It definitely is good to pat yourself on the back, but it is good to hear other people say it. And I try to be as humble as possible. I never want to be the guy that like comes in the room and is just a jerk and stuff like that. Like, if people have their compliments, it's like, you know what, man, I really appreciate that, because that's genuinely where it is. I never really sit down and think of how far I've come. Is just where I want to go, and you know what, kind of just thinking of how I can get there, you know?
And then like sometimes as a creator or creative, like it's really easy to like get in your head about like what you haven't done, but like sometimes we'll overlook the things that we have done. So you need people in your circle that's gonna tell you, hey, like that shit is dope, like you're doing a really good job, and what you're doing is different.
Definitely.
Which leads me to the second question, and I'm so glad that like the conversation kind of drifted that way, because it drifted in a way where the second question just kind of like smooths itself in there. Okay, My second question, it says, in a world obsessed with trends, how do you tune out the noise and stay relevant without compromising your essence?
You know what? I somewhat, to an extent, do follow the trends. Like I have the things that I design that I want to make, but in a world of trying to make money, you could have to somewhat ride the waves. And I know certain things are popular, like Hello Kitty and whatever I see on the internet that's doing pretty well. I try to make that. That's what the thing I love about my business, because it's not like I'm making t-shirts where I got to come out with a crazy design. I'm just making certain jewelry, and if I want to make a quick buck, and I know Hello Kitty's in or something else is in, I can resort to that. I can, make that pivot and offer my take and my creative input on something that already exists, to where I'm not biting too much on another person's creation or another person's idea, but I'm still throwing in that good little mix of what I already like, what I have to offer and stuff like that. So it's a good blend of both, because you can see something that I make and that it came from somewhere you can't get from.
Yeah, like you got the trend there, but at the same time, like there's a hint of sauce that you can't put a title on, but that's really divine.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you.
That's me, man. That's me.
So wait, did you make this as well?
Yeah, I made this as well. You see, like, it's chrome hearts.
That is so tough.
But like, this is a ring that, like, I'm not gonna lie. If I see something online and it costs hella bread, like this ring, usually if you look it up, it's like the chrome heart silicone ring. This ring run like $300.
$300?
Yeah, and I was like, bro, I'm finna make that. So I designed it up real quick and I made it. Like, I'm not finna play with y'all. And that's just the type of mindset I have. Like, I bridge gaps. Like, I'm a problem solver in a certain way, like, to where if I know I want something and I don't have necessarily the connections or the money to obtain it, why not make it?
Why not create?
Why not make it? Like, I have another phrase I like to say: create, don't conform. Like, a lot of these suckers out here just go out and buy, and they don't really have the ability to create. But I mean, that's just a blessing that certain people are given, so I can't really hold that against them.
That is true.
Yeah, not everybody has that.
It is a gift and a blessing to be able to create in a world where everything is just kind of replicated and duplicated. Like, exactly. One of the things that I say is create to innovate, not to duplicate. And I think a lot of people, they'll find trends or society norms and they'll just try to like hop on the wave rather than try to find ways to like mix in their own personality into anything, because like that's where iconic kind of like grows.
Exactly.
And being the different, technically.
Exactly. I wasn't gonna say that because I'll be feeling like I'm beating a dead horse, but
nah,
that's what I'm saying. That's why
it just flows.
It just flows, and that's why I always feel like I always give that to God, man, because it just works, man. It just works, and it actually means something, and that's something I could say, and it's like, dang, like it kind of stick with you for a few days. A lot of these dudes be naming brands, whatever, and you could tell it's a quick little money flip, but this is something I really want to build and turn into a empire, bro.
Yes,
like real talk. Like
it's all about the legacy that you leave.
I'm not in it for the short term, bro. I'm really not.
Too many people are in it for the short term.
Yeah,
so it's good to see that.
Short term, make their little bread, and that's cool. I respect that, but different strokes for different folks, man. I'll never condemn anybody or do anybody bad for moving how they want to move, man. Like, I live and let live.
Wait, say that one more time?
I said I'll never condemn or like judge or point the finger at anybody for moving how they want to move. Like, I'm a live and let live kind of guy. Like,
I'm a live and let live.
Yeah, like I live my life and I do what I do and I don't judge what you do. Like, I live and I let others live. I let others do their thing. Yeah, I live, let live.
Yeah, you can't really control what's out of your control.
Exactly.
That's not controllable.
And then I just don't have time to be paying attention to other folks, Ain't no money in that.
Not at all.
Ain't no money in that.
Money or joy.
Exactly. Now, for real, money or joy. Money or joy, you're not lying.
All right, cool. So my final question for you. It says, if you couldn't make jewelry anymore, how would you still express the same vision and message without whoa, let me rephrase that. If you couldn't make jewelry anymore, how would you still express the same vision and message you put into your pieces?
I mean, I model as well, and I act.
They don't even know about that.
No, they don't. They don't know about that. I model, I act, and I also dance. But dancing is the thing. I'm low-key a bit more hold closer to chest. I don't really do that, like put that out as much because I'm a perfectionist and I beat myself up a lot. But yeah, through my other creative endeavors, I write short films, I make short films and stuff like that. So like, I mean, I feel like I'm somewhat of an all-around creative, not necessarily just when it comes to the jewelry. Like I said, I make short films and I write my own stuff and I act as well. So I'm creative in a lot of different aspects of my life. So I guess that's how I would answer your question. Just with my ideas, like when it comes to film, like more directly to answer your question, definitely through like short films and stuff like that. Because I have a lot of short films that I want to get out. Just don't necessarily have all the resources yet or the capital to get everything together. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Be the Difference gonna be an umbrella thing. Like, it's not just gonna be the jewelry brand and the manufacturing company is.
So in a way, like it's gonna like
things
flow inside your other businesses or what the other things that you have like creatively going on.
Exactly. It's just gonna be an umbrella over all of that. So like Be the Different Productions. Like after you watch a short film that I made, it's gonna say Be the Different Productions after that, and then you're just gonna always know that Be the Different.
That's where it started.
Yeah, that's where it started. It started with the jewelry brand, and the name just fits so perfectly, and it just has so much meaning. I can't just shrink it down to one business model.
You can't. Like, I love it. I really do.
I appreciate that.
I love that name.
I appreciate that
because it's so different, but it's just like natural and it's normal and it fits. And like you said, like
and it makes sense.
It's a call to action.
Yeah, it's a call to action.
It's a call to action.
It's a call to action. So. Yeah, man, and like I said, man, I thank God for that, man. Like the idea came to me so quickly, I really can't take credit for that. So
that's how I feel about my brand, Winner Mentality. Like I was just sitting there one day, back in 2022, and I didn't go to college right away. I took a semester off because I was like, I don't know if it's really for me.
Nah, I respect that.
But then I sat there, and I was working the 9 to 5, and I was just like, no, this literally cannot be it. Like this,
for real.
This can't be the end goal.
This can't be life.
So I'm just like, like, what does it really take to push past your boundaries? And it's like you got to have a different type of mindset.
You have to.
And like around that time, I think it was maybe like 2 years prior. I think Kobe had his death, and that really like set the world off to a blaze. Like
really.
The whole world shifted. It was like the next biggest thing since Michael Jackson died.
Yeah.
And like I really wanted to make sure I made an impact the same way he left his legacy, because like we still talk about Kobe to this day just because of the way his mind was.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be the same person that
That's
like filled the youth, but also like encourage the elders, the older generations.
Yeah.
Because sometimes even they can get caught up in their heads.
Mm-hmm.
But being iconic and showing authenticity through your work and your art, whether that's dancing, modeling, I've done a few of those things myself, but just like expressing yourself in a natural way that most people wouldn't see. It's just
exactly.
Like that really resonates. And I love to see when people also like break outside their own like barriers and
man,
push past what they know.
Yeah, man, it's too much out here, man, and I really want to leave an impact on people, and it's no coincidence that I've been surrounded around people like yourself and just other like-minded people that are also trying to do the same thing, because you can't do it by yourself. You can't do it by yourself, and God surrounds you around the people that you're meant to be around.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm curious on the piece that you got on today. I ain't even talked about it because I wanted to wait to the end.
So this piece,
it completes the fit.
Yeah, I actually always try to match my hat to whatever chain I got on. I was actually.
Is that the one from Wreck-It Ralph?
I can respect that. The gumball power door. You know what? No, but I can respect that. I took I call this chain the stage of emotions. So each chain link has a different. I mean, it repeats, but it has a different like facial expression.
Okay.
So like if you look, it has like a different
so he's
facial
like
expression.
Happy,
Yeah,
he's mad, sad.
It's different like facial expressions.
Oh my
on each
god,
link.
this is tough. How long did it take you to make this?
Really don't be taking that long, bro. I get the idea, and I just get. That's why I had to do this, bro, because I be having to create when I can, bro. And this didn't really take that long, bro. This took to design probably about like an hour and a half, 2 hours to design it.
Oh my god!
With technology, bro, things are actually very easy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If you have the idea and you have the will, technology will definitely meet you more than half the way. So it's really up to you. Like AI, I'm gonna let this be known now, man. Like I be getting imposter syndrome because I'm not a crazy 3D designer. Like I'm not the best 3D designer. Like, but with the technology out there and with the machines I have, the technology out there, I just know how to make things work, man. If you have the idea and you have the will to get it done, it'll get done. Like with the power of AI and stuff like that, there really is no excuse. Like there really is no excuse.
It's only gonna get crazier too.
It's only gonna get crazier. So like, it really, and people, I'm telling you, bro, this. A lot of people come to me and tell me and give me my props, and it's like I get imposter syndrome because it's like, honestly, to me, bro, like there are people out there that are doing things way crazier than me. This stuff is, to me, very simple to do, and it's just I've been blessed, man. I truly always say that. I'll always say that. And yeah, man, that's just to answer your question. It's the stage of emotion. I was pretty pissed off earlier today because my machines kept messing up. And I got some stuff that I need to get to some people, and I was in my emotions, so I was like, I'm finna throw this one on. Like, it kind of fits how I'm feeling, and I knew I was finna have to come on the podcast and bring a different energy and leave that shit at the crib. So I'm like, I'm finna have to go through them stage of emotions for today.
It was just perfect.
It just fits. So I was like, I'm gonna wear this one, and then this one is just a really good conversation pieces.
That is so dope.
So
dope.
I had to do this one.
I would say, man, you really do got to give yourself a little bit more grace. I mean, like, it's always gonna be God's timing. So, like, even if the machine like messed up, bro, just be very transparent with the people that you're working with.
Exactly.
Let them know and be like, hey, I can't. There's not really much I can do for you at this moment. But I'm always working in your best favor.
Exactly. That is very true. But hey, man, we getting there.
Always.
We getting there. It's
one. A bottle of emotions, but moving one step at a time, man.
Come on now. Whenever you get mad, man, just hop down and do some push-ups, bro. I promise you. When you hop up, you won't be as mad.
Gonna be swole too.
That's what I'm saying. That's a win-win. That's really what I be doing when I get mad. I hop down, do some push-ups, come back up. You know what? It's not even that deep. Like, you gotta get that anger out, man.
Or take like a little walk. What I do personally, I just meditate. Like, meditation has been so gas for me. Like, I became so zen over the past like 2-3 years. Just like meditating, going on walks, just like being in tune with life. Yeah. Because like life itself is just like the biggest like inspiration for me. Just going outside, looking at like a cardinal or something. I'm just like, oh my God, how are you flying like that? And you just don't care.
I respect that. Yeah, exactly.
You just find so much creativity in life itself, from people, words, poems. Like, there's so many different things you can just draw in inspiration from. And I think that's so dope.
That's very true. Yeah, and energy transfers, man. Energy always transfers, whether you transfers or transforms. So you just got to find a way to your healthy way of making that transformation, so where you can have a certain, you got going through something at a certain time of day, and how your thing is meditation, and my thing is, I guess, physical fitness, and then you just got to find out your positive way to disperse that energy, man, because it's always gonna be there. Things always happen, and you just got to find healthy ways to manage that.
It's so crazy because I was gonna ask you if you like wanted to like share some words at the end to like give motivation, but like, man, you just did it.
This one, I've been working on this one little bit I be saying.
Okay, go ahead.
So, through all your creative endeavors and all that you do, make sure you be the different and always create. Don't conform. Create and do not conform. That's me. So every time I'm gonna be saying that wherever you see me, for real.
Every time. All right, cool. Winner
mentality.
We out.